Yep.
Okay, excellent. All right, welcome everybody. I'm Kathy Smith, the attraction maven at CATCO Enterprises. For those of you who don't know me, I run a digital marketing agency out of Bunbury. We are Australia-wide, used to spend a lot of time travelling up to Perth, Rockingham, that sort of thing, but now of course it's all on Zoom. So I had one in-person contact last week, which was really kind of nice to get back to a new normal. But today we're going to be talking about LinkedIn. So this is going to be a fairly basic one, just talking about how to set it up and how to use it, that sort of thing. And then maybe later on, if you're interested, we could do a more advanced one. And if you can pop your questions in the chat, but I won't answer them until the end. All right. Okay, so what is LinkedIn all about? So it's basically can be three things. It can be about building business relationships. It can be used as a plain resume service, or it can just be a huge time waster. So that's basically the three things that LinkedIn can be about. So obviously we want to be talking about the top one. So business building through relationships. Okay, so first of all, we need to do some basic housekeeping and make sure that your profile is actually set up correctly. And this has changed over the years when LinkedIn's been around. So this is the current best practice. So if you've been on it a little while, you might want to go back and check and see what it looks like, because the sizing's changed and where different components have changed. So basically you've got your cover page, you've got your profile picture, you've obviously got your name, and then this is your profile description, and then you can put in a country or a state or a town or a city, that kind of stuff. All right, so the first thing you need to be thinking about, hey Ange, welcome, is your headshot. Make sure it's clear, concise, and actually looks like you now, because the biggest disconnect on digital is having a headshot that's either 10, 15, 20 years out of date, or if you've put on a bit of weight or lost a bit of weight, added a bit of hair, lost a bit of hair, changed the hair colour, all of that kind of thing. So just make sure that your headshot is relevant to how you look today. And then your name. So if you are using your middle name or a different name and that's what you prefer and that's what you want to be known as, then that's the name you need to be putting in. Your headline, think about whether you want to have your job role or whether you want to have a keyword. So think about what people are going to be searching for you and what you want to be found for. And I know it sounds silly, but if you want people to find you, you actually have to make it public. There's so many people that go, LinkedIn doesn't work, nobody can find me, because they haven't actually made it public. So please do make sure you make it public. Okay, so all of that culminates in this sort of thing. So you can see that I haven't put in owner, I haven't put in founder, I haven't put in manager, any of those kinds of things, because that's not what I want people to find me for. I want people to find me for digital marketing, web designing, podcasting, that sort of thing. And then you can put a little bit of a slogan at the end. Now, you've got to make sure that you don't overrun your characters, or it will look a lot, and then your words won't work either. And then we come down to this About Us section. So as you can see, this first line and a half is really important because that's what people see first up, okay? So think about what it is that needs to be first. So way back when I used to work in a newspaper and did a lot of work with journalists, and they always said, make sure you write so it can be cut off. And that's even so relevant today, because you need to make sure that this section can stand by itself. And why it's so important to have your job role specific is that this is what people will see. Okay, so this is on the top of a post, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But that's what people see. So they're basically seeing my name and they're seeing my job role and my photo. Okay, then you can go down to your About Us section. Now, you need to make sure that it's fairly clear and concise and not just one whole big block of text, because people don't generally read these days, they skim. So if it's a huge just block of text that you can't see any breaks in or anything like that, people won't read it, and then it makes it more difficult for them to connect with you. And then you can do things like this to break it up, put in emojis and put in lines, that sort of thing, to make sure it's really clear. So when you're thinking about your About Us, your About You page, it needs to be written in first person because you are talking about yourself. Okay, there was a couple of years ago a really big push on getting professional writers to do it, and they all wrote in third person. But people are trying to connect with you as a person, so it needs to be written in first person. You need to have your keywords in it because LinkedIn is a search engine. So people will be searching for specific keywords. So they might be searching for your job, the type of thing that you're doing. They might be searching for your product or your service. So make sure you've got that kind of stuff in your About Us. Like I said, paragraphs, if it's just one big, thick block of text, it just makes it really hard to read. And then the little emojis at the bottom, just you can give emphasis to things. Obviously, like anything with emojis, don't overdo it or it loses its effect. And then you can go down to the other section. So you've got experience, education, if you've got any licenses or certifications, any kind of qualifications that are required for your specific job or industry, and then courses, and there's a few others. So I'll let you go through those. We won't go through all of that today. So basically, once you've got your profile set up correctly, why do we want to use LinkedIn? It's all about relationships. And for those of you that were here earlier, Sue was telling us a bit about relationships. Well, no, it's not that kind of relationship. It's about business relationships, okay? We're not talking about Tinder or any of the rest of it. It's a business relationship. And it's about building relationships. And like any relationship, you need to work on it. So it's like any other form of networking. It's not just going to fall in your lap. You do actually have to go out and search and look for people to connect with. And then when you do see someone who you're interested in or might be a good addition to your network, when you send that connection, it needs to be personalised. So you need to say that you met them somewhere or you know them somewhere. That the more personalised you can get, the more likely it is that people will connect with you. And then once they've actually connected with you, then you need to really acknowledge that connection. So send them a welcome message or a thanks for connecting or something that's relevant to them. You can have these as canned responses that you can just copy and paste, but do make sure that you specifically do them to the person, because otherwise it just does look canned and nobody wants to be just one more number. And respond to any messages you get, even if they're not people that you want to connect. Just be polite and say, sorry, doesn't look like you're my kind of person, but just make sure that you do respond. And also, you can see who's viewing your profile to a certain amount, depending on what kind of LinkedIn you have. On your free one, it only allows you to do a certain amount. But if you do then move on to the pay ones, it gets you more. But you can see who's connecting with you. So make sure that you do send them a connection message too and say, hey, I see you've been on my profile. Can I help you with anything? That kind of stuff. All right, so be active on LinkedIn because there's a lot of people on LinkedIn And not many people actually publish any kind of content. So that gives you a great opportunity for you to stand out. So only 0.5% of people on LinkedIn actually publish anything, but 25% of people consume. So that's pretty good stats. So if you can be part of that 0.5%, you're already ahead. So then what do you publish? What do you put on? So you need to be active and you need to post something that's valuable to your audience. So the same as any other social media platform, you need to publish things that your audience would like to look at. But it is slightly different to some of the others. You certainly wouldn't be publishing what you had for lunch, any of that kind of thing. Have some sort of plan. So don't just throw it all on there one week and nothing for ages. So you really do need to, just like any other social media, and it is a social media, so make sure you do have a plan. And when you're doing articles, make sure that your headings are not boring. Okay, CoScheduler has a great headline analysis and it can give you a score of 60 or more to make sure that they are a bit interesting. And use LinkedIn groups. So like anything else, there is, I'm just going to find out who that is making all that noise and mute them. Everybody seems to be muted, but somebody's not. Oh well. Sorry about that. Just getting a bit distracted with that noise there. Okay, use LinkedIn groups. So like any of the other social medias, groups are great because people don't have to have connected with you in any way, shape or form before to see your content. So if you can find industry groups or groups where your audience are going to be hanging out, so it might be a group of a local area, it might be a specific gender, it could be groups related to your company or business if you're in a MLM or something like that. So there's lots of different LinkedIn groups that you can get involved in, and that way people that haven't met you or don't know about you can see your content. Okay, so what is the difference between a post and an article? Sometimes you'll see people talking about posts and articles. So the little snippet you saw a minute ago where you could just see my job description, that was off the top of a post. So a post is basically something where you've just got a short message or you're sharing somebody else's message. So it could be like a URL or you're sharing something else that's been on Facebook. LinkedIn, sorry. And then you've got articles which are longer. So if you think about them more like blog posts. So if you're going to have a longer message, that's where you can then add a heading, you can add paragraphs, you can make sure that it's a much more substantial piece of content. That's also where you can add videos. Both posts and articles you can add photos to. And please make sure you do, because of course visual is where people start their attraction. Okay, so that is the top of a post. So you can see, you can only just see the top part, and then there was a photo underneath here and a little bit of text. And then that would be the top of an article. So you can see that you can't see my photo anymore, apart from this one. You can't see my profile picture anymore, and you're not seeing my job description. So this is actually the heading that I wrote, but it just has my name on it. So they do display just slightly differently, whereas this one would have a lot more content underneath it. Okay, so the main benefit of using LinkedIn is for lead generation. So think of it as digital networking. So all the same rules apply than they would to personal networking. Don't be that person in the room that everybody's trying to run from. And it's great for search. So you can search by job description, you can search by keyword, you can search by company, product, all those sorts of things. And you can also search within your network. So you can search with people that are connected to people you know. So second connections are people that are connected to people you know. Third connections are people that are connected to people that are like your second connections. So they're a bit further down the rung. Third connections can also be people that you have no connection with. And then you can also step up to a premium or sales navigator, which is the paid version of LinkedIn. So with the sales navigator in particular, that allows you to search in, make lists, and it also allows you to search a lot more and do a lot more saving and see a lot more things. So if you're going to get seriously into lead generation, then something like LinkedIn Sales Navigator is where you need to be looking at. Okay, so once you're thinking about connecting with people, you need to personalise your connection. So it's no point just sending out a whole stack of random connections to people that either don't know you or only know people you know, and they're unlikely to connect with you because they don't know why you're connecting. So it's just like a sort of almost spammy if you don't make some sort of connection request. So when you do that, make sure you send a message with it and personalise it to say, hey, Sue, I met you at a certain event, or I've seen you a few times, or Angela, it was great to catch up with you at XYZ, and just let people know who you are and why you want to make that connection. And please don't be spammy. Like anything else, nobody wants that sleazy car salesman. Be respectful. So if people don't want to connect with you, that's fine. Move on. Don't keep hassling them. And don't try to sell on the first date. If you've been on LinkedIn for a while, no doubt you've had the connections where you think, oh yeah, that person looks all right. And then it's all of a sudden their whole message box is now being filled with buy my stuff. So it's just like anything else, any other networking, build the relationship first. Okay, I did a little bit more in-depth podcast on this a little while ago, and it was called LinkedIn, Another Time Waster or a Business Tool. So if you want to have a listen to that one, that's episode 14 of the Small Business Talk podcast. So you can check that out.